After facing a lot of trolling on social media over comments made by him, Forest Minister Vishwajit Rane clarified that the statements were misinterpreted and that he was an avid wildlife lover. He also said that he doesn't need the advice of NGOs and environmentalists but would seek the help from retired IAFS officers and research institutes from Dehradun. Here's more on this story.
After Vishwajit Rane yesterday made a statement that most tigers visiting the state are non-resident tigers, social media went wild trolling the forest minister online. However, Rane said that his comments were misinterpreted. He said that he himself is an avid wildlife fanatic and that the tiger is his most favorite animal. Listen.
I love animals. I love tigers. Tigers is one of my favorite animals, and also many times when people sometimes don't understand what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is Goa is too small for a tiger reserve because it doesn't have here tigers in the state of Goa. We generally find them through the tiger traps, the traps that are put for movement of animals in the wildlife sanctuary. I have a vision for the forest department. We need to build up ecotourism. And many times I see people take one statement and they try to turn it around, twist it around without even understanding. A lot of these people who make these statements, you must actually go back and see their overall contribution to the state of Goa. It's very difficult to put things to an end. आमच्या 70च्या लोकांक खबर आसा की आमच्या चरावण्याच्या धरणाची किती परिस्थिती जाल्ली. We had put up a mini reservoir and mini dam in Sarana village. Today the people there are suffering because of not availability of water, and some people raise the issue at that point of time. As a forest minister, it's my duty to take it up to the state wildlife board and national wildlife board and get it cleared. Ultimately, water is not only water, but it's not only for drinking purpose, it's also for agriculture, and it's also for maintaining the forest in that particular area. If we are able to create a water bodies, automatically it has a direct impact.
However, after facing trolling on social media, Rane hit back saying that he doesn't want the advice of NGOs and environmentalists as he is professional and educated enough to manage his ministry. However, in contradiction, he said that he does not need advice but only from retired forest officers and research institutes from Dehradun. Listen.
I want to ask these environments, how many times have you prepared any kind of a statement or a study to tell us that how the forest management has to take place? I am going to do this very professionally. I don't require environments or NGOs to come and advise me. I am a person who is educated. I need advice. As a minister, I don't say that I know everything, but I do need advice. And advice I am going to take from a retired IFS officers and also looking at the research institute in Dehradun, so that from there we are able to get some retired officers so that we are able to use them in the state of Goa on various projects. One is enhancement of Bondla. We have to ensure that we are able to create Bondla on the ecotourism, bring it on the ecotourism map. We have to bring it to a different level. I am not very happy with what is existing. I want to do something totally different, camping sites in different villages so that we can hand this over to the community within the forest area. And this is the provision of it.
Vishwajit then went on to explain that Goa is too small a state to have a tiger reserve and that the people and nature need to find a way to coexist. Listen.
Many times one sentence, today we find one sentence is twisted into several things. And I appreciate all the troll, I appreciate everything. People love to make fun, it's okay. Somebody says that several other things, I take it as a joke and I just push it aside. My job as a forest minister is to do something good for the state of Goa, and in a very professional manner. If somebody thinks that I'm going to get disheartened or I'm going to move aside from my existing agenda, no, I'm not. And definitely I do not feel that Tiger Reserve is meant for the state of Goa. Tiger Reserve is something meant for larger states because there are other complexities involved with this, and there is no proposal as of now on my table or in the state of Goa to create any kind of Tiger Reserve. I'm very firm. I'm a minister who believes in certain things. I stand by the decisions I take and I do not change anything that I say. Just because somebody criticizes me and tells me that the animal is not bound by boundaries, I am also educated enough to understand that the animal is not bound by boundaries. But definitely there is something called a definition called a wildlife or a tiger corridor, which I have been experiencing and seeing. Ranthambore was built based on and road infrastructure was built there based on the wild tiger corridor, and as a result of which we are able to see much more tigers, and in a particular way. It's not necessary that every time we see a tiger, but definitely on that concept the road network there was built. I want people to go out to understand that I am here to protect the forest, and same time I have to be very practical and protect people.
Bureau Report, Goa 365.